everybody, General Scar here, and today I want to talk a little bit about a game that I've been working on in my free time here. It's a cute little 2D platformer, and today in this video I think I want to talk a bit about the workflow I've sort of been going over, getting into to figure out just sort of, I don't know, how I want, I guess, to make the different levels and make the progress or whatever. Just coming up with ideas and implementing them, figuring stuff out as I go along. So just go over the controls really quick. So, you can jump, you can move left and right. If you hold space, you can jump a little bit higher, so you can get up to higher platforms, but not too high. Right now I am moving kind of slow, but there's a thing that I haven't added yet that will let you go faster to more of the base move speed of the game. This is just sort of the intro part to get you used to the controls, but the idea is you'll come down here, because you can't jump over that hole. If you try, you'll just fall in. And you can come over to the right, and in this little corner there's going to be like a key. This raccoon won't show up yet. You come over here to the left. There's a key guy, or on the right there'll be a keyhole. Here's a key. It's like, oh, I need to get this key. But he runs away from you and you can't catch him. So then you come back, and once you've seen both things, that raccoon will pop up and he'll tell you, there'll be a little thing where you can get to a treadmill and basically work out to run a little faster so you can catch the key. And you can pick up the different actors like the key or this raccoon to solve puzzles or whatever. And eventually you just come over here and throw them up there. And you'd be a little bit faster at this point. But yeah. Anyway, that's like the first puzzle of the game. But I want to talk about more of just the general workflow, I guess, of how I've set this up. Why I've done a few things, some stuff I've changed, how I started off. Just maybe give you an idea of something that could help you in yours. So when I started off, it was a very basic idea. I just wanted a simple little 2D platformer, maybe some like dialogue story elements to tell a bit of a narrative, keep it a little interesting. And it sort of just evolved in there to other stuff like this wheel here. Let me just play this really quick, get through some of this dialogue, which basically lets you start off as like a ghost, and then you can just like do it's called the wheel of skin. And you can just, it'll randomly select a skin for you if Unity will load for me. Okay, so I have a hotkey. If I just hit P, that sounds like a fun idea, right? Just like, oh, I'll have I downloaded like a image with a bunch of free sprite stuff on them, and I just like, oh, I could just randomly choose one for the character. That could be fun, and then just make it a bit more of a game with it like spinning on a wheel and like clicking every time or whatever. Just fun stuff like that. This project has been a lot of like, oh, I should add this. I need to add this, so I'll add that. Just like working it out, building stuff as I'm building it, I guess, if that makes sense. It's like not exactly flying by the seat of your pants, but you find out what problems you have to solve as you're building your game, and then you solve them as you go along instead of just like, I didn't spend a lot of time thinking about what I wanted in this game. It's like, I'll just make a 2D platformer. I didn't know what I was gonna, with some story stuff, I didn't know what I was gonna do for that, or like how I was gonna have stuff work. But then as I built it out, and I was like, okay, I need to change this. Oh, I need to add this so I can do that. It's like, oh, I got this idea, so now I need to add this in the game. And then it's like, once that's in the game, then it becomes part of the toolkit that you can use elsewhere. So you're just sort of like building your toolkit for what stuff you can do in the game, or at least I was as I was building this out. I didn't have an idea for what I needed. I had like a base idea, but then all this extra stuff like the wheel of skin and picking up characters and changing the fall speeds and like the key guy, running and closing the door as you go in, and all this sort of stuff was not planned. It just came up sort of naturally as I was developing these levels and changing the size of the zones, or just how the zones were going to be, or the fact that there even were going to be the zones. Like, I didn't think of that at the beginning. I thought of it pretty quick because like, okay, I mean, it's kind of like a base part of the game. It's like, okay, how's the camera gonna work? But it wasn't on the forefront of my mind. So this has just been a game. It's just been a process of, I don't know, just making it up as I go along. Improv, improv game development. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, I want to try and make this sort of like a Metroidvania kind of game. So like the movement speed upgrades and like a double jump, and eventually you get like maybe a gun or something other, and then some other item that you can interact with or something. Just have some funny, dialogue system stuff, dialogues, interactions, and I have a couple of ideas that I need to actually just like sit down and build out so I can show them off because I think they're going to be really great. But um, yeah, generally for the world itself, I don't actually know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sort of build out these ideas that I have and then find a way to connect them in an interesting way, I think is what I'm going to end up doing with it. But yeah, so I'll make a video talking about the dialogue system, and then I'll also have another video where I'll just basically play through the intro part of the game that I actually have quote unquote done. And you can watch that. A few more things that I need to add as well, like being able to trigger animations through the dialogue system.